If you are into dark crime comedies, mark this film for next year. Servus Freunde, my name is Jimmy Cage and I have just seen LaRoy at this year's Vienna International Film Festival. It doesn't have a theatrical release just yet, let alone a trailer or anything. It should come out sometime next year and I certainly recommend putting this on your watch list. It marks the feature-length debut written and directed by Shane Atkinson. It's a dark crime comedy drama in the vein of the Coen Brothers or the movies by Martin McDonagh. It hits the right balance of drama and comedy. It's wonderfully twisted, well written and full of wonderful fun performances. The title LaRoy points to the setting, the fictitious small town LaRoy somewhere in Texas. Your kind of ordinary American town that's probably well past its glory days. Our main protagonist is also as ordinary as they come. Ray runs a hardware store with his brother and is still really in love with his wife Stacy Lynn, who couldn't care less for this shell of a man. Unfortunately for him, he's the very definition of a pushover, and John Magaro, who was also just in Past Lives, plays him fantastically. When Ray finds out that his wife is cheating on him, he decides to kill himself. But just then, by pure chance, he is mistaken for a contract killer. The real one we have been introduced to in the glorious first sequence of the film. What follows is a wicked and twisty and really funny story about cheating wives and husbands, a wannabe private detective, blackmail, some intentional and some unintentional deaths. It's a low-budget film, but it doesn't need big production values because the script is sharp and really funny, mostly consisting of a lot of dialogue scenes between 2 or sometimes 3 characters. And these characters are all memorable and brought to life, again by witty writing and good actors. I already mentioned John Magaro, who plays this poor sucker perfectly, and you can never quite decide if you want to give him a hug or kick him in the ass for being that pathetic. The other standout performance gets delivered by Steve Zahn, whose character is also pretty pathetic, but in a different kind of way. He plays the wannabe private detective Skip, who is always made fun of by the local cops. Of course, his wannabe cowboy outfit doesn't help much either. The rest of the cast is also great, with Matthew DeNegro as Ray's pretentious macho brother Junior, Megan Stevenson as Ray's cold wife Stacy Lynn, who used to be a beauty queen back in her glory days and is now desperately trying to get money for her own beauty parlor, and Dylan Baker as the actual contract killer, who certainly brings the right amount of menace. LaRoy has these archetypical American genre characters, but despite the comedy and a few more outlandish moments, the movie is always best when you feel that there's more to these people. The moments where you can feel the humanity, the sadness, loneliness, the disappointment that just comes with living your life. These are all very flawed and very real characters, despite the sometimes rather heightened dark comedy. Towards the end, you slightly feel the almost 2-hour runtime, but because the story keeps on developing into unexpected directions, thankfully nothing too exaggerated, and because the strange bond between Ray and Skip is really quite charming, that's totally fine. Steve Zahn brings such great enthusiasm to this role, and it's kind of contagious just how much fun and determination he feels now that he is finally able to solve a real case. Even if no one really asked for his help. Overall, it's just a really good time at the movies with this one. So, in German I'd say, Shane Atkinson wandelt in seinem Debüt klar auf den Spuren der Coen Brüder. Serviert dabei, aber eine wirklich ausgezeichnet abgründige und witzige schwarze Komödie, die ebenso als Drama und Neo-Western funktioniert. I give LaRoy 8 out of 10. It's more like 7.8, but I don't do that. Alright, that's it like always. Comment below and let me know what you think about LaRoy, if you had the chance to already see it. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd and also on Patreon, simply at TheJimmyCage. And if you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like. And make sure you hit that bell for all I have to tell.